So I would like to introduce you to Just N. This is a pretty much brand new account. He is level 40, 346 battles, nothing arcade, nothing sim. And he is egregiously good at the game. He's going to be in the bill here for the whole time, and he's obviously very good. Now, brand new account, 300, like I said, battles earlier, and he's already hiding his name. I wonder why. I wonder why it's so suspicious. This is also a person who's spent quite a bit of money. He's also, gotten the pillows. He's spent some money on some flags. He's supported some people in his thing. So he's clearly just bought into this account with whatever money he's done already. And, he's spent at least 70 bucks on this game. And this is what I said before. Until Gaijin is not hurt monetarily by these players, they will keep cheating. The biggest way to sell this guy was cheating, first off, was, cool, he just pinned this guy, he pops smoke. Watch the missile. So the player starts to move, he doesn't hit him, and does that. Doesn't do anything. But now, he's going to shoot another missile. That guy is still obscured, not scouted, and he's going to track him all the way and kill him. And then he's also going to shoot at this guy. And, through all manner of everything. And then start scouting people from literally across the map because he can't see a single one, but knows exactly where they are. Yeah. Like, this Bill has, commander thermals, and he just never uses them. He does use gunner thermals, but not commander thermals. The biggest way to tell these guys are cheating is when they do what's I call switch sighting. So he now is shooting the Ka-50 with the airburst sights, which granted the CV-90 should get air tracking, helicopter tracking, which realistically it had, and they still haven't given it. So he still has a HE round loaded, and watch him shoot at this guy. So we see him sight adjust. So there's 2.3, roughly 2, because the stabilizer's not working. Then he'll shoot that one round and then switch back to 2.3 on this. So now he's using his commander sight to shoot this from range. And I don't even know if he actually hits this guy or kills him. Or if he does, it does nothing to him. But he's, shooting at range at this guy. Doesn't ever lay the rangefinder. Doesn't know the exact distance. Just looking straight at people through terrain, over terrain, doing all this crap nonsense, whatever. So, doing the one normal. Also, let me actually see if I'm thinking about that correctly. Yeah. So what's funny is that you want to talk about desync this game has. I looked at 4 or 5 replays earlier of a player that my friend gave me who wanted me to look at it. And I'll look at for friends all the time through my Discord. And I found him, that this guy I was looking at was based on his name, Chinese name, and he looked to be about 400 ping. Because sometimes replays will lag and sometimes they won't, and the player will skip constantly. But this player, I kid you not, was skipping everywhere in the replay, which means that his ping was very high because the server has to basically recreate where you are within the game, and he was just skipping around everywhere within this replay. So the general premise of that is we are still allowing players with 400 plus ping to play on NA servers, which is where almost all of these are played. So I don't understand why, because the one that my friend was looking at earlier, I asked him specifically, was it an NA server? He said, yeah, it was NA server. And we're still allowing people with 400 ping. Now, granted, I really feel sorry for people in Australia, because Australian players have to deal with the fact that they don't have a good server to connect to, and if they connect to EU, NA, or SA, their ping is like 300. So I'm assuming what it is Gaijin obviously doesn't deem Australia worth it to get a server there, which I think is kind of bogus considering there's probably a big chunk of people that play there. So I really do feel bad for people who play from Australia, because I know a couple people who play from there that are really annoyed that they get terrible connection to this game. But unfortunately, that's probably I would say most games are like that, unless it's client-sided. But yeah, so you see this player just ultimately doing the things that makes the most sense, that they're ultimately cheating. And don't mind the name down here. It's switched the name because Gaijin still refuses to fix the way the names sync. So it's not this guy down here, even though it's a Chinese player over here. So this guy is continuously just shooting at people through terrain, behind walls, through smoke. Now, granted, that guy hasn't sat for a while because he's been disabled. But It's the more obvious things every single time that these guys are doing. And obviously, he keeps shooting the same spot over and over with the bill, even though it doesn't work. Like, that should be a dead giveaway right there. Just staring straight at people through terrain. As always, if you do have a player you want me to look at, please try to follow the thing below. I likely will not be doing a Discord because it's just not convenient for me to have a Discord and manage it, because I know people would be complete dickheads and try to invade it and do some dumb stuff with it. So like I said, if you have a player, leave it with the player ID and replay and a brief description of what the player is doing. If you think a player might be shadow banned or the name might be reflected, I do know that Chinese names recently have not been getting flagged, unless, of course, that translation is offensive. So that could be the one thing. But realistically, if you give me their ID and just the replay in question, that works perfectly fine too, because I don't really need anything with special. Then that works perfectly fine. So as always, if you have a good rest, hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.